Hello dear friends, on today's video we're gonna see how to become a co-host on Airbnb's Co-Host Network. All of the links I mentioned will be down in the description. Here's the main page, Earn by Helping Local Hosts. You simply have to click on Join the Co-Host Network and you will be taken to this form. You also will have the direct link to the form in the description. Here, where you can help co-host, we put New York, for example. Then you have to select which best describes you. If you're a host, a co-host, a property manager, a real estate agent, and so on. I selected I'm a host. How many properties do you currently manage? Known up to 5, 6 to 10, and so on. Then you have to add your phone number. You select the country code and enter your phone number here. You have to tick this box. I represent and the warrant that I comply with all the laws and regulations and so on. Then scroll down and click on Submit here at the bottom right. Once you submit this form, if you are eligible, you will receive the instructions to set up your co-host network profile on your email. Make sure to check the email linked with your Airbnb account. If you are not logged in, you will be asked to log into your Airbnb account to fill this form. So you have to check that email. If you meet the requirements, you will receive the next steps to set up your co-host profile. What are the requirements? Here's the article about that. It's also linked in the description. The requirements are: you must have at least an active listing as a host, as a co-host with full access, or as a co-host with calendar and messaging access. Then you must have hosted at least 10 stays in the last year, or if you didn't host 10 stays, for example, because you're only hosting long term, you must have hosted at least 3 stays accumulating to 100 plus nights. So it means, it doesn't mean each of the stays has to be of 100 nights. Let's say you hosted someone for 35 nights, somebody else for 30 nights, that sums up to 65, and somebody else for another 35 nights. That's 100 nights. That's 3 stays. So both must be met, and it means you are qualifying. If you just hosted one stay for 120 nights, you will not qualify because you haven't hosted 3 stays. Okay. You must have maintained an average guest rating of 4.8 across all of the listings you either manage as a host or as a co-host in the last year. And your cancellation rate must be less than 3%. There are some valid reasons for cancelling beyond your control. If you apply for them at the moment you're cancelling, they will not be counted. Your identity must be verified, but that's already necessary if you want to be a host. Your account must be in good standing, and you must meet the name and photo requirements to be displayed on the network. It means you must have a profile picture that is visible with your face displayed, and you must have your name, either your first name or your preferred name if you add it to your account. What happens if your rating goes below 4.7? If you go below 4.7, you might be temporarily paused until your ratings go up. If the average rating decreases below 4.5, the co-host may terminate the agreement with you. Co-hosts are recommended to maintain a response rate above 90% to remain visible to prospective hosts in the network. And then you have all the details about the profile photo and about the preferred name you can add. So if you meet the requirements and you fill out the form we mentioned before, you will be asked to create a co-host network profile. There is the article about that, about setting up your co-host network profile. It will say what you can add, the services you can add, the profile details, the photo requirements, and so on. Here's the services you can offer: listing setup, setting prices and availability, booking request management, guest messaging, on-site guest support, for example if you can meet the guests when they arrive, cleaning and maintenance, listing photography, if you can take the photos, for example. Interior design and styling, you can set up the listing physically if you're on site. Licensing and hosting permits, so you can do the paperwork for hosts. And in addition to that, you can also describe any additional services you'd like to offer, business analysis, hospitality coaching, and so on. If you offer those additional services plus the services mentioned already, you should set up your pricing. And you can also negotiate the price with the host if they contact you through the platform. And then the host can set up the co-host payout to you, depending on your agreement. Then there is this article about how the co-host ranking, the co-host network ranking works. Which co-host is shown first when hosts are looking for co-hosts? That depends on a lot of factors, but some matter more than others. In particular, Airbnb has highlighted 3 factors that matter the most: quality, engagement, and location. Quality means the reviews, the ratings, the types of listing you are either hosting or co-hosting. Engagement means how often your profile is being viewed by other hosts. If a co-host is being viewed a lot, it will tend to rank higher in search results on the Airbnb Co-Host Network, and the location also matters a lot. If I'm making a search for a co-host in New York, the algorithm will tend to show me co-hosts around New York. Then there is this page which has a lot of learning material for co-hosting, and it's also linked in the description below. And that's basically it. Here's the page where you can look for a co-host. Where hosts can look for co-hosts. You need to add a very specific address to see co-hosts around you. Let's say I add some random street in Rome. Rome, yeah. And it shows me the top co-hosts near that place. You can also filter by the services the co-host offers. And you can see their ratings, how many bookings they managed, what's their check-in rating. If you select cleaning, you will see their cleaning rating. If you select listing setup, you can see how many hosts they helped to set up their listings, and so on. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching.